Hey y'all. Hi, come here, come here. Okay, so I'm back to expand on my essay on the collision between the sinners and the Cowboy Carter multiverses. And today I'd like to talk about a theme that runs concurrently through both pieces, which is the concept of Black joy. Now, I said in my previous videos that I believe that there's a cultural renaissance going on right now here in May 2025. So it's no coincidence that both great pieces of Black art by Black people for Black people were released together at the same time. So, and as you know, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album won Album of the Year this year. So we are in the midst of a Black cultural renaissance. And the concept of Black joy is running through a lot of Black expressions of art. So first, let's talk about the movie Sinners and the concept of Black joy. So uh, during the period in Clarksdale, Mississippi, that where the plot is set, where everything takes place, you find Black people marginalized and disfranchised. Um, it People were suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. You had your Jim Crow, you had sharecropping, you had every attempt to keep Black people down and joyless and exploited, right? But even in the midst of such oppression, Black people always found a way to express joy, to connect with the higher power, which is what joy is. I feel is a connection to your higher power, right? So if you lived during the sinner's time period and you were Black, chances are that you worked in the field, you were a domestic worker, you were in the church, you were a vagabond traveling musician like Delta Slim, or you were outlaws like Smoke and Stack. So Smoke and Stack wanted to bring the joy back to their community, having amassed um, significant sum of money and some liquor. So they wanted to bring joy back to their community for just one night by buying a building and hosting a huge juke joint, a nightclub party situation where everybody could have fun, listen to music, be elevated by music, dance, connect with lovers, eat some good food, right? And so, what the vampires and sinners were initially drawn to were the expressions of Black joy. They wanted it, y'all. They wanted to know why a people that were who were reviled, who were beat down, humiliated, could express such beautiful expressions of joy, right? They wanted the joy for themselves. Also, the Cowboy Carter tour, you see a lot of joy. You see that Beyonce and her team, it looks like they're having a lot of fun on this tour. It really looks like it doesn't feel like work when you see this show. You have the dancers, it's well choreographed, there's joyful music. And Beyonce on the Cowboy Carter album, one of the lyrics actually refers to a juke joint, and she's celebrating the music that came before. She's celebrating the country western and the gospel and the opera and the river dances, the art that grew out of Black oppression in the South. And it was the Black art and music was influenced by the Irish, of course. That's where we get our tap dance. It there's band and the banjo and the tap dancing and the violin. It's and the Native American chants. It's all became part of Black cultural expression, right? So, and people, when they come back from a Cowboy Carter show or a Beyonce show, you feel very good. You'd feel like, wow, what did I just see? You see things flying in the air. You see beautiful costumes. You see beautiful children, right? And you feel very good. I particularly, from the Renaissance tour, when I got back, I saw Renaissance and I went to Vancouver for the first time. And it was just a great experience, not just because it was Beyonce, but because there was a feeling of camaraderie and, a bunch of people coming together from all over the world to listen to and experience Black music, right? So, yes, the concept of Black joy is rampant through Sinners and the Cowboy Carter Tour. Peace.